Welcome to our discussion. Today I want to share with you semiotic square, okay? And I will show you how to map the semiotic square, and I'm going to map a subject on a semiotic square and show you how it could be used for making strategies or seeing new possibilities or identifying what are the new areas which haven't tapped or which needs to be taken advantage of it. Okay, let's jump in. Okay, the S1, you can see the square here is the S1, S2. These are basically opposite thoughts or opposite subjects or aspects. Okay, and in this diagonal, if you see S2, here it becomes minus S2. That means not. It's a negating whatever is here that is got negated. For example, S1, consider day. What is the contrary opposite of it? Night, isn't it? If it is night here, diagonally it is negated, not night. Likewise, if it is day here, a not day. So now you got it. I'm trying to map food habit, okay? We have certain habits which are an innate food habit. So if I write, like for example, innate, okay, taste, for example. You know that there are a lot of experiments if you type on a Google, sweet versus bitter reaction, infant babies reacting to these two flavors, where they clearly shows infant baby, when you put a sweet or a sugary liquid on his lips, or then the way the baby react, you can see a pleasant experience and baby is enjoying that sugary liquid. When you put a bitter or a coffee taste on the lips, the baby, even the children, if you make them to drink black coffee, you see how they react. Okay, so they dislike the bitter. Here we need to understand that the sugar is an innate taste, okay, but coffee is acquired taste. Like we all go to the coffee shop and pay good amount of money, buy a black coffee, and we enjoy also. But the coffee doesn't have that innate taste. It is we developed over a period of time. Okay, innate taste is it's inbuilt in you. Opposite is which is not inbuilt but you developed. So innate taste, contradiction is just to negate, not innate taste. Okay, likewise acquired, what is here minus S2 is not acquired. Okay, when I say not acquired, it could be circumstantial, it could be innate, it could be many things, but one thing is sure, it is not acquired. Okay, that you need to remember here. So now our semiotic square is kind of one layer is complete. The second layer of understanding or using this tool is try to understand these zone. For example, we can name it zone, okay, A, zone B, zone C, zone D. Okay, let's look at zone A, innate taste. This is basically purely innate taste. So here, acquired taste, not innate taste, means you can simply consider this zone as purely acquired taste. Clear? So this zone is basically the taste which we human are kind of buy into this taste from the day one. It doesn't require any kind of culturing, any kind of acquiring, any kind of practice to develop the taste. Okay, this is innate, this is practiced taste. Now, this zone, which is your innate plus acquired, the 50% of both, wherein you can see both aspects coming together. Okay, these contrary aspects are a part of that same thing, that one thing. Okay, so it's a kind of a mix of both worlds. Let's take a subject. Subject happens to be cheese. We all know cheese is a dairy product. It belongs to a dairy industry. And let's roughly see and contemplate. These are a contemplative tool, so therefore you need to contemplate when you are mapping subjects. Okay? So see here, if I take cheese, okay, now you get a variety of cheese, plain cheese, and then you have a flavored cheese, then you have a cottage cheese, then you have a blue cheese. So like that, variety of cheeses are there. Especially if you see the blue cheese, which you need to acquire taste. So you can say that blue cheese, something it can fall under this category. And the plain cheese, the regular plain basic cheese, which we all like because it doesn't have any flavor, but it is a cheesiness in it. It's a plain. So we all like it. So it's a plain cheese, or it doesn't need any kind of acquiring habit. Okay? Now, what is this which has got a both aspect? For example, if you take a plain cheese, then if you add a flavor to it, you might say that, hey, plain is something which everybody likes. You added a flavor to it, which is not inherent part of the cheese, but you added to it. That means you need to acquire that particular taste. Okay? There is a 50% liking is inherent because of the innate taste. Now, the remaining 50% is something we can infuse, and over a period of time, we can make it a part of the whole culture. Okay? So here you can see that there is a chance of introducing a new flavor, or a flavor which has got this aspect as well as this aspect coming together. So now you can clearly see if somebody wants to launch a new flavor, they have to make sure there is some amount of innateness to it. Then you can add a 50% of a new flavor to it, so that become a kind of easily sellable product in the market. These exclusive acquired tastes are far-fetched for somebody who is trying cheese for first time, or the cheese like who enjoy this. If you want to move here, okay, you can't move here directly because that is too much stress. But if you kind of move that person to this direction first, then once that become a part of his taste vocabulary, then he is much more inclined towards moving towards much more authentic, much more holistic tastes, which required that huge amount of developing taste. So I always say that from moving people from here to here, this is a long stretch. But if you move people from here to the one notch, and after that, eventually they will go to these exclusive cottage cheese, blue cheese, or exotic cheese. Okay? That's how taste can travel. So I'm talking this from the perspective of a mass consumption, not a niche consumption. There will be always a small percentage of the people who directly like the blue cheese. maybe whatever reason, we don't know. But that would be very small, nascent size. But this one, innate zone, got a huge number. So if you want to have mass product, or if you want to sell your cheese to the large number, from here you can take a first notch. Okay, take your basic cheese, add a flavor to it, then you make it a new format of cheese, then that cheese become acceptable, because these guys might consider that is an add-on or advanced or a modern version of a basic cheese. Okay, if you consider this a basic, this become advanced. You have to position cheese like that. So anyway, before I conclude, I believe you started seeing that these are, I always call it contemplative tools. The more you contemplate on it, more solutions, more innovative products you can think out of this semiotic square. So it all depends upon your ability to contemplate. By tool itself, it is very simple. It shows that 4 zones, and currently what is happening in 2 or 3 zones, and how you can encache any of the zone or every zone, or especially this contrary aspects, how you bring these 2 contraries and create a new product. And generally, this particular zone is always exciting. If you want to launch a new product, concentrate here, a new product or a new service. This always have got a less competition, and you might make a huge business. So therefore, we always suggest that kind of let's concentrate here and come up with something. Okay? So that's it for this mapping, and I hope I'm able to give you a perspective how you can use semiotic tool, especially applied semiotics, and see some possibilities. Yeah? More you contemplate, the better you become, more possibilities you see. Thanks for listening.